Hello and welcome to ReelTok episode 71. I'm here with my lovely co-hosts, as always, George and Tyler. Cam, unfortunately, couldn't be with us today. He had some issues with his water heater?
His water pipes.
Water pipes
froze.
Like blow drying them last night, which
didn't seem to
never
work.
seen anyone do. Yeah, apparently that didn't work. So hopefully that gets better for you, Cameron, if you are listening. Well, assuming if he is listening, it'll probably be better by next week when this episode is uploaded anyway, because we're recording this on Monday, usually other than the weekend. First of all, just hopefully you all enjoyed the ReelTok Awards. Obviously, it will have been out for a week by the time you hear this. A lot of effort was put into it, particularly by Tyler and Mateo, and we really, really appreciate it. And we think we did a really, really good job this year. So hopefully everyone, enjoys that. As already, check out the benefits on Patreon. There's loads of benefits that you can choose. I think we upgraded it recently. We switched around a few of the packages, a few of the tiers to make it a lot more beneficial for you as a patron to see what you can get as well. And as always, we appreciate the support on Spotify, YouTube, all that good stuff. So how has everyone been this week? It's a little bit different because we kind of we recorded yesterday, but we didn't really go over anything.
Right, we just recorded yesterday, or 2 days ago, but then again, we didn't talk about how we've been doing or what we've been watching. So it still kind of works.
Yeah. So, George, how's everything been this week?
Everything's good. I'm pretty recovered by now. Just another busy-ish week of work. I feel like it was a little slower compared to most weeks, but it was probably my last work from home week because I think I am going to go back to the office tomorrow and then maybe not work from the office full time just because my energy levels are still really low. So I might go in Tuesday and Thursday this week and then work from home Wednesday and Friday. So excited to get back to the office. Spent all day yesterday hanging up posters around the apartment. So finally have
the backdrop looks nice.
Yeah, finally have a little backdrop. Can't wait to expand on that because it's still, it could use a little expansion. I mean, I'm looking at Tyler's right now, and you have your whole back.
Crazy.
I need to fill this blank space and this blank space here. So I'll eventually get around to that once I buy more posters. But all around, good week. Yeah, good week back.
Did you end up going to the gym over the weekend? Or you're saying you were maybe going to try it out, but you were going to see how you felt?
Yeah, no, I decided to give my body a couple more days of rest. I still the energy just dies. Victoria and I walked 10 blocks to Whole Foods yesterday, and I was wiped.
What is 10 blocks? Is that 10 streets? Is it just 10?
Yeah. 10 streets.
So I know when normal people are fatigued, coffee or energy drinks, but obviously you're in recovery right now. Is that do you still just caffeinate, or do you just kind of just take it easy?
I don't drink. Yeah, I never drank coffee to begin with, and then obviously I gotta transform into a healthy lifestyle now. So the energy drinks are a no go. So I mean, tea is kind of my caffeine source, but I don't drink it every day.
You drink herbal teas, George? I felt that's an American thing.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, interesting.
Even teas with caffeine in it, I feel just no matter what kind of tea it is, I feel it mellows me out more than any
tea is a nighttime drink. I feel like coffee's the morning, tea's the night. Tea is the mellow.
I got to get myself into drinking coffee because I used to be an energy drink guy in the mornings before work, but again, got to live a healthy lifestyle now.
Coffee's good for you though.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe try espresso if you don't love coffee.
Yeah,
a lot less liquid.
I'll play
but it's also a lot stronger. Espresso, if you don't like coffee, is the worst thing you can drink. I know it's quicker, but it's the strength.
True, but I guess you can make a little, mix in some milk, make it a little latte.
Do a little cortado.
I'll play around with it. I'll find something I like.
Does Victoria like coffee, George?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. I'm the odd one out. I'm the weird one for not liking coffee.
Anna hates it, but I love it. Tyler, you like coffee, don't you?
Yeah, I'm indifferent on coffee. I like it, but I'm not drinking it every day.
Does Riley like it?
She's similar. I just don't drink lately. For the podcast, I'll drink caffeine, but other than podcast days, I usually never drink caffeine. Not that I have zero things against caffeine or anything. I'm just not normally a caffeine drinker.
Fair. Tyler, how's your week been?
It was good. Prepped for the awards a lot this week, so that was exciting. We're recording this, so the podcast went live an hour 15 minutes ago.
Yeah,
for the award show. So it'll be we really don't know the full reactions at this point. So it'll be interesting to see, how it does with people, how they enjoy it, how it resonates. I know we're excited with a lot of fun things that happen in it. So we'll be really
good feedback on the presentation so far on the comments. There's a lot of comments about it.
Yeah. I'm excited to see how it does for views and how once the broader audience, when we get a big sample size, what they all think of it. Especially, haven't seen any comments about like beans yet or anything, and we need more beans comments.
I saw one from Tyler Whitmore, but
Yeah,
that's about
that
it.
was me. I was trying to get the beans train rolling, but yeah, no. All in all, it was a good week. Obviously, we have today off. Actually, huge shout out to Riley. It's her birthday today, so happy birthday, Riley!
Happy birthday, Riley!
Turning 24. We're gonna go. She's working right now, so her shift isn't over for another 45 minutes, and then she'll come home, sleep a bit, and then we're going to putt-putt golf with some friends tonight at like this place up in Scottsdale, and then on Friday this week we're gonna drive up to Flagstaff, Arizona, which Arizona is mostly like desert and hot areas, but like Flagstaff's completely different. Like there's over a foot of snow up there right now. Like it's a full ski snowboard town. And then we're going to drive over to the Grand Canyon, which is like something I feel like kind of a bucket list for everyone to see. I mean, I was going to say for Americans, but I feel like even a lot of non-Americans is kind of their thing to come over and check it out. So we're trying to move out of Arizona at the end of this year. And it's one of those things like we can't like, we'd be pissed at ourselves if we'd never visited the Grand Canyon when we literally lived in the state. So we're going to go check out the Grand Canyon, check out Flagstaff. Should be a fun weekend.
How far is it from you?
I actually don't even know. So Flagstaff's like 3 hours, and then from there it's like 2 more hours. So all in all, like a 6 hour-ish trek, because it's a massive crater in the earth, and there's not really much like civilization around it. So it's kind of like a trek to get out there. But yeah, I'm excited to see it. I don't know. It's one of those things like similar to like what a lot of people say about Mount Rushmore. It's like you see it all the time in like pictures and like movies, and you're like, oh, it probably isn't like that cool in real life. Then people go and they're like, this is like
it's cool,
way cooler than I could ever imagine. So yeah, I'm excited to see it. But yeah, it's been a good week.
Fair enough. Similar to me, like last week was crazy. This week not so much. Like last week I had like 20 something meetings, and this week I've got like 8. So it's a big drop off. Bit more chilled out this week. A lot to do, but not as busy as last week. So I'm gonna get some stuff done. There was a chance I might be in London this weekend actually, and I know that I can't remember which Raiders boy it is down there at the minute shooting.
Yeah, one of them is there.
Wow, what thought both of them would be? I thought they were like a duo with their.
No, it's only one of them because I was messaging. Well, can't remember who operates their Instagram account. So I might.
I think James operate. Well, I know that James operates. I think the letterbox, and then Anthony has his own letterbox.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They both have their own Instagrams though, don't they? So I don't.
Well, they both have their own like personal Instagrams, and they all both have. And I'm sure both of them run
the account,
the Raiders account, but I don't know.
But yeah, so that'd be good if I can, have a chat, see them. That'd be great, or one of them, whichever one it is. I should probably ask. That'd be nice. But yeah, like probably stand week. I'm going to see Oppenheimer next week in 70 mil, which is very, very exciting. I'm going with a couple of the Patreon boys actually as well. Oscar and Remy, shout out. In Manchester, I think an hour away. So that'd be pretty cool because I was actually like, I don't know why I didn't go and see 70 mil last time. I can't remember what it was. In fact, I remember because when Oppenheimer and Barbie came out, it was like the week when the strikes like commenced, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I was going to do an ad with the cinema that's hosting this does the 70 millimeter showings. Then I was like, probably shouldn't do that now.
Too soon.
So then I kind of I couldn't take it. And obviously, as you can imagine, the tickets were just rammed. But yeah, it's pretty like lucky to have a 70-minute screen like an hour away. It's like 45 minutes on a train, whatever. So that's pretty cool. Really, really excited for that. But that's kind of it, to be fair. I think we'll move on to obviously what we've been watching. Like we said, we didn't do it the other day, so it's kind of fresh anyway. George, what have you watched this week?
All over the place, kind of. A couple new releases. Lift, waste of my time. Self-Reliance, kind of a waste of my time, but I like Jake Johnson, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Is that Spider-Man?
Yeah, that's one of the Spider-Man. Yep.
Dude, I thought Self-Reliance was going to be so like I totally thought it was going to take such a massive turn and be like a super strong commentary on like mental health. Like it was like I know they like hinted at like it might be all in his head. And, like they kept going back and forth like you're making this all up, and I thought for sure it was going to be like a huge like emotional scene of like realizing he's like a mental patient or something. They just never fully committed to that. He just kind of stuck with the comedic side.
And the ending just it was just so like nothing like. I could have written that ending respectfully. Like it just comes out of like it just follows such a easy trajectory. Like this movie didn't take any risks, which kind of bothered me. And then also, I've been seeing so many comments on this movie, people saying it's basically just a Mr. Beast YouTube video,
Yeah.
which I think is hysterical. Other new releases, the Pete Davidson's new stand-up, pretty funny. I said in my review, maybe his best one yet. I don't know if you guys are familiar with like all of his comedy specials, but I really enjoy it. And then Justice League Crisis on Earth's Part 1, which is pretty much it's like a concluding trilogy. I know you guys don't really keep up with a DCAU, but it's like the concluding trilogy of like this portion of the DC animated universe. So
Is that like Mask of the Phantasm and Red Hood? Red Hood is what it's called. Batman.
Yeah.
Hood.
Mm-hmm. So this is like part of like the Tomorrow verse, which is they're calling it. So it's like the last like 15 movies of the DC universe. So I think it's a good kickoff. I'm trying to think where I ended last time. Zombie movie, or vampire movie, actually. Seth, I think you'd enjoy it.
I know what it is because the one, it was
the 30 Days of Night.
30 Days of Night, because I spoke to someone about this recently, actually. Well, not recently, a few months ago. And I've been on watch list for a while, so I do think I quite enjoy that. It's got who's the main actor? Is it Josh Hartnett? No.
Yeah, Josh Hartnett.
It is, okay, yeah.
Josh Hartnett and Melissa George are the front runners. But yeah, it's not like, again, I said in my Letterboxd review, it's nothing groundbreaking, but it's just a really good, fun time. Tyler, I'd say maybe you'd enjoy it, but there are some scary parts to it. I will say
Tyler's a horror guy now.
I hope, but yeah, it commits to the vampire bit, and there are some scary sequences, or not even scary sequences, just like the best way to describe this movie. It's like it's a movie that like if I watched it as a kid, this would have ruined my life, but like now as an adult, I'm like, okay, it's not that bad. And then a couple of rewatches. I did the Olympus Has Fallen, White House Down double feature. I don't know why I was in the mood for that. Couple of other DC animated universe movies I watched: Superman and Batman Apocalypse, Superman and Batman Public Enemies, both good, nothing great. And then Tarantino's The Hateful Eight, which I think is one of his best.
Interesting.
Do
you? Oh, interesting.
What?
For some reason, I thought Tyler was less on it.
No, I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I think it's. I don't know. I like it's one of those movies that like every time I watch it, it just keeps climbing my rank. Like I just love it more and more every single time. I think the dialogue, the quick back and forth is just a lot of fun. It's just brutal as shit. What he's able to do with his one location is just awesome.
There's a lot of Thing references in there as well, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, big time.
I should rewatch it, actually. It's been a while.
Yeah, rewatch it. It's a quick 2.5 hours.
3 hours. I swear it's more, so it's like 3 hours. It might even be over 3 hours,
Well, the extended cut is so long, they broke it into 4 episodes on Netflix.
What is I'm actually going to look now, what's the actual
runtime?
I mean, it's 3 hours, 8 minutes. Oh, is that on Letterboxd, it's 3 hours, 8 minutes. Is that
That might be the extent. I'm pretty sure.
I remember that.
I could be wrong.
That's a fucking long. That might be his longest film, no?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, definitely. Nice. Tyler, what we watched this week?
Been a really, really, really light week for movie watching for me. Started off the week with 4 or 5 movies in one day, and then 3 movies since. So it was like
Jesus Christ,
not much this week. It was really only the weekend. So watched Thief. Huge fan. Yes. 5-star. So love Thief. Still like Heat more, but like it's like neck and neck.
Yeah.
But if I had to pick, I'd pick Heat. The Perks of Being a Wallflower, which we are going to review which we did review on Friday last week.
Yeah.
Because even though weird recording this ahead of time, but Perks of Being a Wallflower, which was a real quick review last week. I watched Rise of the Planet of the Apes and then Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, because Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is the real quick review this week. But I'd seen one of them. I think Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is the one I saw. I remember when I was like younger in high school, my friend's dad was going to a casino and he like dropped me and my friend off at the movie and was just like, go see a movie while I go gamble my life away. So we watched Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and all I remember was Apes Together Strong, and that's literally the only thing I remember from the movie. But rewatched that. But I don't think I ever saw Rise of the Planet of the Apes because none of that really resonated with me. Didn't remember. I would have remembered like Draco Malfoy in a movie, but watched those. Rewatched Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man 3 keeps getting better and better for me on rewatch. Honestly, I just keeps moving up a half star every time I rewatch. It's just such a fun movie. And then Self-Reliance, which we kind of briefly talked about, George and I. And then I watched Jackie Brown. I only have like that and like what's the car movie, Quentin Tarantino?
Oh, Death Proof.
Yeah, that's like I'm just trying to polish off his filmography. Didn't love Jackie Brown as much as
I thought you would.
No, I wasn't a huge fan. It worked for me in terms of like I thought there's the 3 groups of 2, so like 6 total different cast members trying to get that $500,000, but never was really fully locked in or engaged. And I thought the non-linear aspect was a little shoehorned in because this came like fresh off Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction. And I feel like he just kind of at this point in his career is kind of like, oh, this is my shtick. I got to do it every time. Kind of like Shyamalan at one point in his career was like, I need to have a big twist ending every single time. But yeah, when they did like kind of the reverse in the movie and you're like, oh, we're going to rewatch what happened from a different perspective. It's like, I don't know. I feel like this was a little shoehorned in, but
it's like a hangout movie. You know what I mean? Like an elevated hangout movie. I really like Pam Grier in it though. I think she's really
Pam Grier is great in it. Robert De Niro's like weird in it because he's like, and it's so small for like Robert De Niro, he's like, he just kind of just hangs out at a house and smokes weed for 90 minutes of the movie or 90% of the movie, but still fun all around. Samuel L. Jackson, just a classic Samuel L. Jackson type of role.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much all I've been watching. I feel like it's been such a dry month for new movie releases, which is like kind of true of all Januaries, but thinking back to last year, we had like Megan and Cocaine Bear, which were at least like cultural zeitgeist, and then we had Knock at the Cabin February 3rd. So like I feel like we had bigger releases last January, at least that got people talking, whereas this January is just like nothing's coming out. Like The Beekeeper, like I see a couple people are like, yeah, I had fun with it, 3 stars. Like that's like about all we're getting. So
when did the Batman come out in 2022? I thought it was like February.
I think it was like March. Yeah.
March. I was kind of surprised it came out that early. I always think about that.
I mean, yeah, we're getting Dune in March.
Yeah, but that's like pushback though. It's different.
Yeah.
As for me this week, I watched Banshees last night. Don't know if you guys heard of it.
You ever see it before?
Nah, not really. It's new watch. She's great.
2 stars.
Actually, I love that fucking film so much. It's amazing. I watched Black Klansman for the first time. Really, really liked it. That was really, really good. Adam Driver. I just don't really like John David Washington though. That's my only issue. I just don't think he's very good. Well, he's fine, but he just lacks energy and charisma.
I've been on the hate train.
He's not a lead for me. Like he's not someone who can lead a role. A film. Sorry.
Sucked.
What?
In the creator.
Yeah, like because he tried to lead the creator. And
that's I just don't think he's that guy. You know what I mean? I think he'd be a fine supporting cast member.
Which is crazy because his dad is like totally that guy.
But that might be why I hold him to like, you know what I mean? I inherently just think in my head he should be better. Do you know what I mean? Which is kind of harsh because like, because of his dad. But the film, I thought, have you seen it, Tyler? I feel like have you seen it? The Spike Lee one from 2018. I think did he get an award or some shit? I don't know. But it was really good. Really, really liked it anyway. Adam Driver is so good in it. Really, really great. Obviously, Poor Things. Finally watched it. Sent shots at Tyler in my review. I saw mentioned deliberately, by the way, Tyler. Thought it was great. Like I do think some of the commentary is a bit heavy-handed, a bit like male gaze, but I think that Emma Stone is like so fucking good. It's insane. Like really like neck and neck for me now with Lily Gladstone, which is surprising because I loved Lily Gladstone's performance, obviously, and I loved Emma Stone. I thought she was amazing. And even like you guys who are like, presidented Mark Ruffalo haters will say that, he was great. Like he was really
was good.
Really
he would one of maybe my favorite Ruffalo performance.
I think it's definitely
mine. It's easily mine. Yeah.
I think it's definitely mine. I think he was like this really elevated to new heights that I've always thought he's good, but I didn't know he had like that in him. I thought it was great. Really some really funny scenes in Poor Things as well. Like I didn't they're specifically like, when they do they're in like the I can't remember where they are at this time. They're in Italy or something. Where is it? Paris? No, it's Italy. Where is it? Where they do like the dance sequence and Mark Ruffalo fights that guy because she's like winking at him or blinking at him. It is genuinely really funny. And but I thought that the best thing about the film for me, it kind of trails off in the second act. I do think there are moments where I was like, where are we kind of going? But the ending is fucking like, I love the ending. I thought it was so good. when Christopher Abbott comes in, who I just think is a brilliant actor anyway,
Mhm.
I kind of portrayed that part of the movie really perfectly. And I won't go into spoilers, but I love what happens to him at the end of the film. I just thought it was really funny. You know, it's just such a fucking weird. Like as soon as I enter the film and I see this like duck dog or whatever the fuck it is, like goose dog or something, I'm like, what the fuck, man? This is crazy. But
Mhm.
honestly, you know, from the first shot when the film opens and it's Emma Stone's character on the bridge, or you know,
Mhm.
her previous character, I can't remember the name. That is like I knew I was kind of in for like this visual phenomenon because some of the like shots is just fucking ridiculous. Even like the
Mhm.
digital backgrounds I thought were so like quirky and fancy like and really well done. And I don't usually like those, and they can come across a bit gimmicky. But yeah, I loved it. Watched the Tarkovsky, which I actually liked, called Nostalgia. George, you'd probably like it if you loved Stalker, so that's quite good. Watched Bergman called Shame. I finally went around to watching, finishing off the Dollars trilogy. Obviously Sergio Leone, Clint Eastwood. So for a few dollars more, and a fistful of dollars. Like I think my biggest blind spot in cinema is just westerns. Like I just don't watch westerns that often at all. I never have. But they were really good, especially for a few dollars more. Was really good. Ghost Dog, George, watch it now.
Ghost
Actually,
Dog.
shit, man, it was so fucking good. It's so it's directed by a guy called Jim Jarmusch, and he's the guy who did. Do you remember when I told you about Dead Man? It was like the Johnny Depp like Western surreal film. I did
Yeah.
speak about it, I don't think. So this film has got so the main actor is Forrest Whitaker, and it's like this mafia guy who follows like a samurai code, but he finds himself targeted by the mob, and it's like the coolest fucking film ever. Like the action sequences are amazing. Like it's just soundtrack, lo-fi, heavy or like soundtrack with it, like this kind of bluish tone. Like George specifically, I think you'd really, really like it, 100%.
Alright, I'll add it to the watch list.
And then I think that's kind of about it. I watched a couple of Bergmans as well, rewatches, because I went on, shout out Marta, I went on her podcast on Friday, which will obviously be dropping, like, I think it's like start of April, so it's a while. Yeah, we did a Bergman episode. I know you two are planning to go on it as well, I believe. And yeah, that's kind of. Oh, I watched Manhunter as well. Have any of you guys seen that? You know, the other Michael Mann film, the start of the Hannibal Lecter film. So that was like kind of the start of the Hannibal Lecter. It was like almost a prequel to it. Like that's why it's like a franchise, whatever, like loosely connected. That was really, really good as well. Really liked it. But that is kind of it. I watched Crash as well, the best picture winner. Fuck man, that is terrible, awful, god shit.
Yeah.
Hey
Terrible.
man, that's one of Lakeith Stanfield's favorite movies of all time.
That was crazy, by the way.
Wait,
I was
what?
kind of
His Letterboxd top
Letterboxd
four, he gave it to
four,
Crash.
put it in. He said it was like a really vital film. I was like, what are you talking? I was hoping, even though I don't like it, I was hoping he was talking about the Cronenberg one.
Yeah,
You know, the
then someone like there's so many comments about that in Letterboxd reply.
Yeah,
Like, nope.
Oh, man.
It was almost
but
like
yeah,
Letterboxd wanted him to look like a loser because like they were like replying and be like, nope,
No.
he's definitely not talking about the
he meant the 2005 Best Picture winner, Crash.
Yeah, I saw one quote tweet that was like, it's probably such a pivotal film for him because it showed him that literally anyone can win an Oscar. So
Yeah, real.
fair enough.
I think we'll move on. The first thing we'll go over today's episode is going to be about just looking forward. I think to 2024 is the main thing. Looking at some things that are coming out, and I think because of that, we are firstly going to draft our most anticipated films for the year. We obviously did this last year. I think it was really, really fun because obviously, you know, a few months ago we went over our most anticipated picks that we set at the start of the year and kind of assessed them and gave them kind of gradings, which was really fun. So I think it's the same this year. The order will be me, George, and then Tyler. Same draft as usual. I will go first, and my number one pick is, and George, I am going to let you take the pick that you want to take, even though that is my number two, because I will be taking Robert Eggers' Nosferatu.
Yeah, and I had a feeling that if you picked anything else, I would have called you a liar.
Although technically it's coming out like the 1st of January or some shit for us anyway, so that's a bit annoying, but you know, I'll take it. But yeah, that's mine. So I know what George is going to pick.
Would have immediately called you a liar.
Yeah,
If you didn't take Nosferatu.
Yeah.
I'll go Dune 2, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I could share this screen, so I might as well do that. But yeah, since we don't have Cam, he's just gonna get the scraps, whatever we don't pick. And also he can be the unbiased judge at the end of the year and judge all of our picks and say who won. So we'll get him included. He can be the judge as well as you know, where he can just get the
Jury and
scraps.
executioner.
Yep.
Whole thing.
All right, let me get this pulled up. There we go. Dune Part 2.
Tyler.
All right. Let's see. Where do we want to go here?
Yeah, if anyone chooses Argyle, I'm leaving the podcast. Dead serious.
Hey, that's a
So-
cultural. That's already a cultural phenomenon.
I mean, it
right
kind
now.
of is in its own right.
Dude,
to be
it's
fair.
all over my Twitter. I swear to
So-
God,
Yeah, it
it's
literally is.
so annoying.
For back to back, I'll go Mickey 17. It got delayed
Yeah.
indefinitely, but it will come out
Yeah.
this year. The
Hopefully.
rumors are that it'll be getting a Cannes premiere and then probably be a fall winter release. And it didn't want to compete with Dune Part 2 for another sci-fi.
I think
And
that's
then
what
we'll run it back with Furiosa.
No,
Nice, fuck
and
yeah.
Mad Max Saga.
Yeah.
Full titles.
That's pretty soon, isn't it? Or not? Wait, when is that? I don't actually know.
Actually,
Is it soon?
first half of the year might be April.
Yeah, I feel like it is first half of the year. Like,
Yeah.
oh man, Dune and then that, like Jesus, we are spoiled.
Yeah, and
with
then Mickey
sci-fi.
17 in the fall. Like it's gonna be.
Oh yeah, of course.
This-
yeah.
Crazy
this we have discussions after this, so
Yeah.
I'll hold my thoughts. I'm gonna go with maybe a pick I'm gonna steal from Seth. I'm gonna go with Coppola's Megalopolis.
You
Mm.
fucking prick.
I only took that because the pick I actually wanted, I know you're not gonna take.
So we have 5 picks so far, and technically 2 of them don't have release dates yet. So
Does it
hopefully
begin
we're
with
not.
J?
Hopefully we're
George?
not back here in
No,
a
it
year
does
saying
not.
like, well, we thought those were going to come out. And they didn't. with Megalopolis
Yeah,
and
true.
17.
Fucking Megalopolis. That was actually my next pick. That's annoying.
Sorry.
Why has every film coming out just left my mind completely?
I got a whole list in front of
Yeah.
I
me.
know.
Yeah.
Right, yeah,
It's
I'm
my
just-
special list.
I got a big list in front of me.
Let me just get my list up because I do have it down. Bear with. Yeah, Megalopolis is definitely my number 2.
Sorry.
It's okay. That's okay.
Take
I'm
Madam
sorry,
Web.
my mind has gone. Okay, here we go. Oh, okay. Wow, George, you're actually a prick. That's all my top 5 are gone already. There's only been 5 picks. That's crazy. Shit. I'll go with Madame Web. No jokes.
Jesus Christ.
I'll go with fuck, man. What the? I'll go with Gladiator 2. You know what? I'll trust in Ridley once again, even though it's failed me so many times. And then I'll also go for low key. And I am forgetting things here right now. The lowest of keys, I'm gonna go for the Wolfman. Go for the Wolfman.
What is that?
Is
So
that
the
one with
Wolfman
Christopher
is-
Abbott and
Yeah, and Julia Garner. So it's an old
Okay.
classic like monster movie from the original Monster Universe. Directed by the same guy who did The Invisible Man and Upgrade, Lee
Isn't there a Wolfman with Daniel Radcliffe, or am I bugging? Or am I thinking?
I think you might be right.
I think I'm thinking
yeah.
of something else.
It was like I think it was the same. Takes the president of that, and it and I think Christopher Abbott's like the perfect cast. It's Christopher Abbott and Julie Garner so far. And that's kind of because I can't think of anything else, but I really do like that one.
Yeah.
I'll still go with that.
Yeah, that's
All
coming out
right.
in October.
Oh fuck, man! You stupid idiot. That's right, brilliant.
My what is it? Third pick. I'm gonna go with Inside Out 2.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not picking that.
Yeah,
True.
I know you're not.
Okay, back to backs here. Let me see if I'm just like completely blind missing some stuff.
I feel like I'm missing loads.
We will go with I'll go with Challengers just because I generally love Luca Guadagnino films.
Yeah, I think that'll be good. I was
And it's
considering that.
written by Celine Song's husband, which I just found out the other day.
What
And
a
then
fuck.
Yeah.
I'm so not excited for Challengers. There is not
Really? Oh,
Because
just
it's a tennis movie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Dude, they just don't know how to portray tennis. They make tennis look so like stupid.
it's okay. I don't think that'll really be the most focus of the film, hopefully.
I know, but still.
Where do I want to go here? There's so many like things that are kind of like tied at this point for me. But I'll go
It's actually
with
not that much, honestly. Like,
well, there's like a couple that have like casts that look interesting, but like that's it. Like I have like no other like so it's like it's hard to be like that excited for some of these because I'm like I don't really know anything else about it. I'll go for Trap. M. Night Shyamalan's Trap.
Ugh.
Is that this year? Shit.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
great
it's in
pick.
August,
That should have been
I
my
think.
pick.
Gotta watch
Shit.
another M. Night movie this year.
You liked the last one.
Yeah, I liked it. I didn't love it.
Yeah, you might like this one.
Maybe, well, 'cause he's trending upwards for you if you compare it to,
fair.
Last Airbender. He's on an upward slope.
He is on an upward slope.
Oh shit! Oh,
all right,
George.
my fourth pick. I gotta take Joker. Obviously, it would be a crime not to.
Midder.
Joker. Folie à deux.
Midker. I don't fucking know. So I'm not gonna take it, but like, it was rumored to come out at the back end of 2024. And that's Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, but it's not confirmed or anything, is it? So I don't think I can take it right now.
Yeah, I don't think
about that.
I haven't heard of that coming out in 2024.
Definitely 2025.
It did say when I searched it, like rumored to be late 2024 / early 2025, but I won't take it because it's obviously not confirmed. Same with like the remaking Bride of Frankenstein. Have you seen the cast for that? It's crazy. We'll go with that after anyway.
Mhm.
But I will go with one that I'm surprised hasn't been picked yet, honestly, and that's the new Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
That was gonna be my last pick.
I actually forgot about that was coming out, to be honest.
Good pick. Good pick.
And then I will finish off with, honestly, for me, like, we kind of rinsed the ones I'm really excited for within like the kind of the first few picks ish. Shit. I really just didn't prepare for this. Bear with. There's one actually I'm surprised that you haven't picked, George, as well, but that might be your next pick. Maybe.
Curious to see what you're talking
I'll go. Okay, Spider-Verse isn't coming out this year. No.
Mhm.
Batman's next year. Yeah.
Well, Spider-Verse technically doesn't have a release date.
Oh, yeah, true.
It was delayed indefinitely.
Wow, 2025 is a fucking crazy year, you know. Jesus.
Yeah, for superhero movies.
No, there's a few. Man, I'm on struggle street right now. It's crazy. I will go. Wait, isn't Jordan Peele's new film coming out this year? I don't know what it is.
They removed it from the release schedule. It's supposed to come out the same day as Nosferatu.
I'll go Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim. So then
I was wondering if you're gonna pick that.
Yeah, shit, I forgot that was coming out. It's I don't know if you've watched it, George. It's done by the same guy who did. Is it an anime or Ghost in the Shell, or is that a film series? I know it's like anime or something.
It's both. It's an anime movie and a live action movie.
Well, I think he did all the work, most of the work on that. And I think that'll be really, really interesting. Hopefully it does come out this year. The narrator is actually Miranda Otto, who played Eowyn in the films, and also was the mom in Talk to Me. So she's popping right now.
Interesting.
But yeah, I'll definitely go with that because obviously it's Lord of the Rings based, of course.
All right, my final pick. I'll throw a bone to the MCU lovers and go Deadpool 3.
That's kind of that's what I thought you'd pick.
Yeah.
All right, final pick in the draft. I will go. Again, there's just a lot that kind of just tied for me right now, but maybe I'll throw a bone to my favorite actor. Yeah, just because I don't really like have something super high above it, but I'll go Roadhouse.
Oh,
Jake Gyllenhaal's crazy physique.
I keep seeing the same clip for that over and over.
That's still so crazy that they filmed it at like a real UFC event, like
it
in
is
prelims.
It
that'd
is
be crazy
mental.
to see live.
Because I watched the press conference and they just brought Jake Gyllenhaal out. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then he did that thing. Obviously, you know how they do like the film slaps, so they don't touch him, but they like put it in front of their face. But it looks so weird when you watch it from that angle. Crazy. And then they actually got him in the ring and did like a whole announcement for it as well. It was really, really cool. I like that a lot. I do actually want. Let's
give Cam 5 movies.
Oh yeah, cool.
Just 5 trash.
Argyle, because he'll probably like that. Realistically,
got to give him Madam Web.
Yeah, you have to. It's a Kiss Comp movie. Give him Argyle, Madam
Craven the Hunter,
Fall Guy. He'll be a Fall Guy guy.
Yeah.
Craven the
Guy.
Hunter.
I'm actually excited for Fall Guy too, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
It's based on a 1980s TV show. Probably like Mufasa the Lion King would be another good one for him.
Yeah. I was gonna say, you know what? People are gonna be so annoyed we didn't pick Kung Fu Panda 4. I just realized.
Oh well.
Run for
Smile
the
3
Picks.
for Cam. Terrifier 3.
Oh shit, Terrifier 3's coming out
Smile
this year,
2.
isn't it?
I still have to watch the second one.
Don't.
All right,
I-
vote and let us know who won. We're gonna have one more draft in this episode, but Cam, there's your picks. Hope you enjoy.
Poor guy.
I do want to ask as well, just quickly,
Got dumped
because
on.
we didn't do this last year, and I want you, if possible, Tyler, to just write down next to it so we can look back. I want all of us to just give a quick guess, first thoughts in the head, what you think that you're going to rate these films.
Oh,
out
I
of
like
5.
that idea. I like that.
What is
idea.
going to be like? What scores? We'll go in like. Do you want to go in order? Or do you want to just do it all at once? Like, do you wanna do the
Like
draft
you
order?
do your
Yeah,
5.
run
and
down
then
your
George
5.
will do his 5.
Nosferatu. I'm going to say.
Do it. Give it.
Nah, I can't.
Do it.
I'm
Come
gonna-
on, dude.
I'm gonna say.
I would.
Nosferatu, I'm going to say 4.5. No, I'm going to say 5. You know what? Fuck
Yeah.
you, man. That's
Yeah.
Robert Eggers' bag. Give
Why
it 5.
wouldn't you?
Glad it's 2. Could be like a 2, honestly. But I'm gonna go. I think it'd be good, but I'm gonna hold like I'm not gonna. I'm gonna say 4. I think just keep it conservative a little bit. The Wolfman, I'm gonna say a 4. Kingdom of Planet of the Apes, I'm gonna say a 4. Like, this isn't actually a very good most anticipated list, is it? I'll say a 4.5 for the last one. I'll say 4.5 for the last one.
I was
Wow,
gonna say.
you have faith in it. Wow.
I was gonna say like a 2.5 for Lord of. After Rings of Power, I got no faith.
Nah, 'cause it's different though, isn't it? And it's like a whole different approach. I feel
Yeah,
like it might be
yes.
cool. And there's some original people who worked on the
That's fair. That's fair.
on the films in it.
All right, George.
Dune Part 2 is a 5.
That's a 5 before you even watched it, bro. You're one of those guys.
Yeah,
who rated
I'm
it
gonna rate it
around.
a 5 right now.
Yeah,
Megalopolis.
could go either way, honestly.
It could go either way, but like I know Francis Ford Coppola started writing this in the days of The Godfather. So like this is prime Coppola's writing. But like I don't know about him as a visionary right now. So I'm gonna go with a 4.5. I still think
that's good.
I still have faith in Coppola. Inside Out 2, I'm also gonna go 4.5. I just don't see myself. As much as I love the first one, I just gotta love it. Joker, I'm gonna go with a 4.
Probably a 2 for the next one.
I'm gonna go with a 4 for Joker. I don't know. I have my doubts, and I hope I'm wrong. And Deadpool 3, I don't know. I definitely have my doubts. I'm definitely nervous bringing back Hugh Jackman. It could go either way. So I'll go with that. I'll go with the 3.5 right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Fair.
Mickey 17, I'll go 4.5. That's close to a 5 though. Furiosa, I have some doubts on it living up to Mad Max, but
It's George Miller. George Miller's got the juice, bro.
Yeah, I trust George Miller.
You got the juice.
I'll give it a 4.5. Challengers, I love
That's
all Luca
truthful.
Guadagnino, so I'm probably
Yeah,
gonna
you
go
do.
4. Trap, probably 3.5 because I don't think I'll be the highest on it, but I'm always like excited for Shyamalan movies. That makes sense. Like even if I know it's not gonna be my favorite of the year, it's like I'm excited to see him. Roadhouse. Again, like there's so many things on my like list I could have drafted, which I'm not going to go in honorable mentions because we're going to talk about all these in a second, anyways. But there's a lot of stuff in my honorable mentions that would be higher than this, but I'll probably give Roadhouse like a 3, honestly.
I
to be
think
honest.
Roadhouse could end up being like a 1.5. But that could be like a really
maybe.
could
I
be
mean,
good.
it's a remake of a movie that like wasn't anything
Wasn't
phenomenal,
very good.
anyways. So yeah,
But then so was The Thing. I mean, big expectations there, but like just
Yeah.
putting it out there. There's been
Fair.
remakes that are better.
all right. What's Cam and Argyle?
5.
4.
5.
No.
I think he'll give it 4. Cam loves a 4. I think he'll give it a 4.
4.
He'll give Man Web a 3. It'll be terrible.
No. He'll give it a
No,
3.
because George, honestly,
He's good at being non-biased with the Sony verse because he does not like the Sony verse.
what other Sonyverse films have there been?
2.5.
The Venom movies, more.
He likes the Venom movie. Oh, no, maybe that's Tyler. No, Tyler doesn't like the Venom movies.
No, I like the Venom movies.
Oh, Tyler does.
Yeah.
Wait, is it Riley's worst film of all time? Our favorite film of all time? That's what I was-
Favorite Venom.
Favorite
Venom.
film of all time. Okay.
Craven probably.
same thing. Too.
Hot take: Craven might
Nah.
be less than Madam Web. I think he might rate Craven lower.
I don't know. I think you guys are forgetting you gave Quantum Mania a 2.5. Like we need to.
Yeah, but again, it's the Sony. Cam hates the Sony verse. Most people do.
Okay.
All right, it's a 2.5 again then.
Fall Guy, he'll give a 4.
Or
Thanks.
higher.
I have a strong feeling of 4.
I think the Fall Guy would be the best out of these 5 on the list.
I think he'll give Mufasa a 4 too. Or
Which will be crazy because we'll all give it like 1.5s. I think that'll be terrible. I think that'll be shit.
I haven't even seen the Lion
Barry
King.
Jenkins is directing it though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you never know.
A lot of good to look forward to in that
All right.
movie.
Well, normally I delete the rundowns every week, but I'm gonna like save this one off at a separate copy, and we're gonna keep that in the vault. Then we'll come back to this next year and see how we're looking here.
Or late this year, like we did last year.
Better
Right,
be
yeah,
looking
yeah.
good. I'd be looking.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but because let's see. So we have Nosferatu's coming out Christmas Day in America, and
Like first.
Lord of the
I think.
Rings. We have a couple like December releases in here, so we really won't be able to look
wait,
at this.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
Is Nosferatu going to be a 2025 release for Seth?
Yeah.
That
Well,
sucks.
I won't be doing my best of the year
Until
because
after that.
Yeah.
I know, like, short, like, even you guys will say, and this kind of brings us on to like our next point, I guess. We're going to just touch on what we're excited for, best original films, most of all. I mean, Nosferatu isn't original, so a good place to start. But I just wanted to say that, like, with Robert Eggers, that is, it's a remake or, well, an adaptation that's made for him. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's his thing. Like, look at the cast, look at the aesthetic of it, look at the stills we've already got, look at the films he's already done, like, particularly like folk horrors, like The Lighthouse and The Witch. Nosferatu is if you ask me to pick a director to do that, that's the first thing that comes to my mind. It's the perfect fit.
Yeah.
So I don't doubt that will be, hopefully, really high. It comes out on third here. It's a bit annoying, actually, to be honest. But
That's actually not that bad.
yeah, it's not like an
not like Poor
A24.
Things.
Yeah,
which
you
is, like,
guys
a
didn't
couple
get like
weeks.
Pearl for
To
like.
be fair, Poor Things
3
wasn't.
months.
Poor Things wasn't. Yeah, Pearl was terrible.
Yeah.
I don't think Poor Things was that bad. When did you guys get Poor Things? Like,
Well, I
mid-December?
saw the film
Well,
in October.
Yeah, I think.
But yeah, it
can't
came out in
remember.
December. I think.
Yeah, like first
I
week
mean-
of December, maybe. Yeah, so not
I mean, we
terrible.
got it on like the 10th of January. So, like, compared to usual, it's not like that
Mhm.
bad.
It's
do you know
not
what I mean?
crazy.
But yeah, I think we've got ideas just to touch on some of the, obviously we've already spoken about, some more in terms of release of 2024, specifically original movies we're most excited for.
Mhm.
Dude, there are
I mean,
so many sequels this
Yeah,
year.
this is the thing, because like, we've all seen Discussing Film kind of put out the list of like all the
Mhm.
sequels, all
Dude,
the
it was a
franchise films.
long list.
Yeah, crazy. Shout out that guy as well. I think he did them alphabetically. It was quite satisfying, the layout.
Yeah, it went by length. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shit. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. Yeah.
I figured we could talk like original movies, and then we'll go over all the sequels and franchise films separately, and then after that, we'll talk like comic book movies separately.
Yeah,
like
I
3
mean,
sections.
There's not like a crazy amount, like George said. It's been it's a lot of franchise films, a lot of sequels. I mean, the main ones that kind of come to mind straight away in terms of originals, you've got Mickey 17, for example, which I believe is an original film.
No, that's a.
Well, it's based on a book, but
based on-
what,
Oh yeah, of course it is.
my
based on-
mindset for originals is more like just not
it's
part
not.
of like a franchise that already
not. Yeah,
exists.
you're right.
It's like it's
What-
original and fresh to the screen at least. Like even Nosferatu, like it's based on source material and it's based on
Nah,
movies
no.
that have been done, but like it's been 100 years.
I'd probably say it differently, honestly, because I forgot Mickey 17 is based on a book. I don't know, like we can do it like that. That's fine. In my head, I usually go originals by just flat out zero source material. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so then
Which is
Mickey
hard.
17 is an
Don't know about
adaptation,
now.
and Nosferatu
Unless-
is an adaptation.
Unless it's like Francis Ford Coppola, because he obviously did it himself. Do you know what I mean? It's just a little bit different in that.
Yeah, because Megalopolis is like would be like adapted off Cosmopolis, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Civil War, I believe, is an original film from this year. Alex Garland.
God,
Yeah.
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah,
I'm honestly, I don't know. I'm excited-ish for it. I don't know. I actually turned on Ex Machina last night and then fell asleep 5 minutes in, but the movie was innocent. I was just way
George
too
is
tired
like,
at that point.
dying.
That-
right now.
that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. You would
You,
disrespect.
yeah, Donald Gleason is fucking sick in that.
Hmm.
Like, you should go back to that. I think you'll really.
It was,
like it.
no, I will for sure. It was just he like landed on in a helicopter and went to a river, and then I fell asleep. So it was like
That
literally
is
2 minutes
literally
in.
like the start.
No, yeah, it was way too late, and I had to be up early for this. But Civil War, yeah, I'm excited for. It's like Alex Garland. I mean, he has a lot of hits. He has a lot of, or not a lot of misses, but when he misses in a big way. So
I mean, to be fair
Either way.
to him, like I hated Man. I thought Man was tone deaf nonsense, but then I really liked the 2 films prior. And he's only done 3 feature films at this stage. I think
Right,
2 of them
directed, yeah.
two of them have been directed. I think 2 of them have been great. I mean, he
Mhm.
wrote like 28 Days Later, for example, and many other films. I think his general, like every director has misses now and again, or most anyway. So I think even though I hated Man, it doesn't, like a lot of people on Twitter are saying, and probably I probably did as well, like, just writing him off for it. But at the same time, how many directors have made bad films in their career? You know what I mean? He's only done 3 films, and 2 of them have been really good. And they weren't long ago either. Like, I think Annihilation was like, what, 2018? I think.
Sounds
Or was it the other way
right.
around?
I
No,
Right, and I-
Annihilation was second. Ex Machina was first.
Yeah.
Like 2015, I think it's talking about. So it wasn't ages ago.
Mhm.
And he's obviously wrote projects in the middle. So yeah, I hated Man, I'll be honest. But I think this could be all right. It looks intriguing. A good cast. as well.
Mhm.
Kirsten Dunst, Katie Spaney, Jesse Plemons, Nick Offerman, Carl Glusman, who was in he was in Watcher as well, which you guys really liked, wasn't he? He was the he was the I can't remember who was not, but yeah, I think that was good. One I did want to bring up that I know people have been talking about on Twitter is the new A24 Love Lies Bleeding with Kristen Stewart.
Yeah, that trailer.
Really, really interested in that actually. I mean, we'll probably not get it until like 2027 anyway, so I'm bothering.
That movie has terrible SEO because apparently I didn't know this. Love Lies Bleeding, like that full 3-word title is the name of a flower, and if you Google Love Lies Bleeding, because I've had to Google it a couple times for like making lists or something, it's just like the first like 20 results are the flowers. So I was like, dude, Love Lies Bleeding movie. Just get a damn red flower every time I search Love Lies Bleeding. It's a weird name for a flower, but that's where it comes from. But yeah, no, that looks great. What's the name of the co-star in that?
It's
bodybuilder.
Katie O'Brien. Katie O'Brien.
Yeah, she is jacked.
Shredded. She's in Quantumania. Crazy.
Shredded, dude.
So I mean, I will say, George, it's directed by Rose Glass, who directed Saint Maud, which I know I don't think you were a big fan of.
I did not like it.
I liked it. It wasn't crazy about it, but I think that's definitely looks interesting from the trailers. In terms of, I believe it's an original film anyway. I mean, I haven't really looked, but that looks pretty good.
Dude, why is Conor McGregor on the poster of Roadhouse? Is he in the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think is he the one who fights Jake Gyllenhaal? Or is he like
no, he doesn't fight him, but he's in the film, which makes me think it's going to be shit.
Yeah, now I think it's like dog shit.
I feel like it's going to be really gimmicky, and I think he was like, I don't know if he produced it, but he definitely financed it in some way of some sort, I believe. But yeah, that kind of makes me think that this is going to be terrible. There was also, I think, okay, this definitely isn't original, I don't believe, but Ethan Cohen's coming out with a film this year.
Drive-Away Dolls. Yeah.
Drive-Away Dolls.
I've come around on the Coen brothers. I don't know how much I love them when they're separate, but
I don't know. Joel is definitely the better of the Coens because I can't remember what he's done his own now, but yeah, I mean, this could be. It's a really short.
Did you do the Tragedy Macbeth on his own? I don't care for that movie, but I know a lot of people.
Did you not like Tragedy Macbeth?
No.
Oh, you hated that, didn't you?
Yeah. But I saw the trailer for Driveway Dolls before movies like a couple months ago, and I think it does not look good to me. I don't think I'm gonna like it at all.
Yeah, I'm not.
I just don't really get the tone they're going for, but who knows? The Coens. Yeah, I mean, he's alone, but we'll see how it goes. We have a lot of like 2023 releases that are still yet to come out, like How to Have Sex in America.
So fucking good, by the way. Like everyone, when that does come out, it's going on movie in America as well.
So good.
You've seen it?
Yeah.
You've seen it. Oh yeah. We spoke about this. Yeah, really good.
Cam and I haven't seen it.
Really, really good. Definitely.
Yeah, we need to.
Perfect Days still needs to release. The Zone of Interest is still like nowhere.
Zone of Interest is out in like limited theaters, I think.
Still not anywhere near.
They're
distributed really weirdly.
Yeah, I think
even in the US,
it's still like last night or something.
Yeah, I saw that. I think I can see it on the 29th, so not ages away, which is surprising for an A24. I thought we'd get it like next year or some shit, but
that might even be before I can see it. Honestly,
they are dropping it. Like it's not been great. I've seen a lot of complaints. I think it's like on Twitter. I've been seeing a lot recently about the distribution of Zone of Interest, especially because obviously, like a lot of people say, it's one of the most important films of last year, and in a lot of people's eyes, one of the better ones. But yeah, the distribution for that really weird. Monster, I think as well. Another one where it's like, I don't even know when I can see that actually.
I have no clue when that's releasing.
No idea.
The latest Coriata. But yeah, those and Hitman that also came out last year technically, but that has to come out this year.
Oh wow, we didn't even because that's technically 2024 release. I should have picked that.
Yeah,
I'm really excited for that.
I felt weird picking that just because like I love Richard Linklater, but it's like I don't really know. Like, is it really It is a 2024 release, but like it feels weird because like it's been at like 2 film festivals at this point.
Yeah, but it's
now
still
gonna be at a third.
I can't wait for you guys to watch it.
Will it be eligible then for next year's awards?
Yeah.
I believe it's eligible next year.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, like,
so it would have counted.
Yeah.
Let's see. So
you guys see the trailer to that Lisa Frankenstein movie?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it's like Cole Sprouse.
Yeah.
Frankenstein's having a bit of a moment, isn't he?
A big time.
Yeah, it is. What the fuck, man? It's like when Pinocchio and like
except this one has 3 because it's got Bride of Frankenstein. It's got the what's the name of the Cole Sprouse one again?
Lisa Frankenstein.
Lisa Frankenstein.
And it's got Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein as well. Which this year there's obviously the ballerina film this year, isn't there? The John Wick spin-off.
Yeah, the John Wick with Ana de Armas.
Yeah.
I don't know because the Continental like flopped so hard. So it'll be
it really did.
How they can continue expanding the universe. Yeah, that movie
that
just
film,
got no conversation, or that show got no conversation.
the film with I see a lot about. I keep seeing that one image of Hunter Schafer. I think it's called Cuckoo.
Mm.
Oh, the one
Um,
like behind a bookshelf or something.
She's got like a bandage on or some shit on her head.
the horror
I keep
movie.
seeing that, and that's like a horror thriller.
Mhm.
I think actually that looks really, really interesting. To be fair, it
Oh,
does
you-
have a guy called Dan Stevens in, who I think is a really, really good actor. He's just not been in much good stuff, to be honest. That was quite interesting. Not really too. I think it's original anyway, but I'm not really too sure. But like looking down, there's a fucking lot of
There's a lot of twos on this list.
yeah. There's a lot of tours. To be fair, have we got a release date for Tarantino's new film? I think that's probably next year, isn't it? Next year.
Yeah, not this year, but
This year.
there's John Watts, who directed the Spider-Man movies, has a non-MCU movie coming out this year called Wolves with George Clooney and Brad Pitt being
what?
Yeah, it's coming out in September, and they're kind of like two fixers, like like assassins type thing, that are assigned to the same job. So I'm sure their paths cross. But I mean, Brad Pitt and George Clooney together obviously is going to get people interested.
Yeah, big time.
There's that If it's coming out, John Krasinski.
Yeah. Just about to mention that.
Wow.
Not fussed that.
Alto Knights, Robert De Niro playing two different characters.
Oh my god.
Gangster Vito Genovese going to war with Frank Costello.
Yeah.
So these are like real, actual like mob bosses from the 50s. But Robert De Niro is playing both roles, so it's gonna be Robert De Niro versus Robert De Niro.
I forgot the
Should be interesting.
new Alien film drops this year, doesn't it? Alien Romulus.
Alien Romulus, yeah.
That'll be really interesting. Really, really interesting. That is like one. It was directed by the same guy who did the 2013 Evil Dead, which I do like. But that is one that I think could literally be a 4.5 or a 1. I mean, that's like you really don't know. In terms of the story, I've not really read too much into it, but I'm definitely excited for it in general because obviously it's an alien film. The Godzilla Kong movie as well, which is coming out this year. I haven't watched. I've only seen one of the kind of like new Godzilla Kong universe or whatever. But I think that kind of leads us into, because most of this stuff, honestly, is just sequels or just franchise films in general, whatever.
Yeah, we kind of touched on Shyamalan's Trap. I don't really know too much synopsis on that, but he's still cranking them out. I guess another one I forgot to mention for movies that kind of came out last year but got pushed this year, The Bike Riders. I had a summer festival run, and now it's like all the way back to like next year at this point. But
I know
that cast is crazy with Jodie Comer, Tom Hardy, Austin Butler, probably others as well.
Shannon, I think, as well.
Yeah. We kind of talked like, Megalopolis. Most of the details on that are pretty under wraps, but it's gonna be science fiction. It's got a great cast. Adam Driver, Francis Ford Coppola collaborating, gonna be great.
It's got like Lawrence Fishburne, fucking Dustin Hoffman. I mean, there's so many. Aubrey Plaza's in it as well. I
feel like it's been ages that it's been under production, so will be interesting to see how it turns out. Nosferatu, obviously. Honestly, for January, it's like super dry, but this upcoming weekend, ISS. So I guess this is like 2 days ago for people listening to this.
Ooh.
That looks interesting to me. It could be. It's gonna be probably like a 2.5, but like I'm excited for it.
ISS.
Yeah, International Space Station.
One where like there's like nuclear war.
Yeah. On the ground, and they're trapped at the ISS with Russia.
Ariana DeBose.
Beetlejuice 2 is dropping this year, isn't it? Tim Burton's.
Yeah.
I like the first Beetlejuice, but I mean, I think Tim Burton lost his juice a while ago, and I think that will be shit. I'll be honest with you right now.
When's the last good Tim Burton movie?
The last Tim Burton movie, in my opinion, that was good for me, I've always said this, was 2007 Sweeney Todd, which I do like. But I think that was the last one. I didn't like.
Since then,
he did Big Eyes, which was the one with Christoph Waltz and Amy Adams.
Okay.
He did Alice in Wonderland. He did Dumbo. He did
he's really lost.
Dark Shadows. Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children with Eva Green. And there was one more, Frankenweenie. That was it. So he's done like 7 films since then. He releases like a lot. But I just think he's shit now. I think he's lost it. I didn't watch Wednesday, to be fair. Although, was he even a director on Wednesday's episode? I think he was just... Did he direct anything?
He might have just been a producer.
Yeah, I think he was a producer.
Yeah, so I just have a feeling it's something terrible. I know it's like the returning cast. Plus, like Willem Dafoe, which is... I mean, it's Willem Dafoe. He's good at everything. But...
He's got the juice.
yeah, he's got the fucking juice. But I just think it'd be shit. I just don't think it'd be very good. I don't know. I just don't really like Tim Burton anymore. But who knows? That might be interesting. Sherlock Holmes 3, is that this year? No. I'm just looking. Okay.
I didn't even know we were getting a Sherlock Holmes 3.
I had no idea. I'm looking on the
Bob Marley biopic in like a month. Bob Marley, One Love.
Oh yeah. Oh, A Quiet Place. Day one.
Yeah, that looks good. Isn't it? With Peter Nyong'ga, that looks good.
This a prequel, isn't it?
They bumped up the budget. Like the budget's like $100 million on that. I think. And the first A Quiet Place was like $2 million. So I don't know where all that money's gonna go to, but.
Well, they made a lot of money though, didn't they? I think the second one specifically made like crazy amounts. It's in like the top 10 highest grossing horrors ever, I'm pretty sure at this stage, or like top 5 maybe.
We got to shout out Kung Fu Panda 4. I know a lot of our viewers are excited for that.
I think it'd be good, but like,
we'll jump into the sequels and franchises this point. We're talking about those anyways.
My kind of issue with Kung Fu Panda 4 is I think they're going to cram so much into it. Like they put out a statement saying that every villain's going to be in it. You know, every major character. It's like
big production. They're
going to try and make this like a legacy thing where like they just bring so many characters back, and I think it'll just be a bit messy. But I generally tend to enjoy. I really like the first 2 Kung Fu Pandas. I think the third one is a bit meh.
Agreed.
But I generally enjoy them, so I think I'll probably get some enjoyment out of it. It's just not something I'm crazy about at this stage anyway. Definitely.
I think it's crazy. We're already getting another Transformers movie this year. We're getting Transformers 1.
Are we really?
And I believe the cast is completely different. So like, I don't know if they were like in parallel, because this one's Chris Hemsworth, Scarlett Johansson, Brian Tyree Henry, Lawrence Fishburne, John Hamm. Oh shit! Wait, is this?
Is anything gonna come of that?
Oh, it's animated. It's animated. Never mind.
I've seen it. Yeah, it's the animated one, isn't it? Yeah, I've seen that one.
Do you guys think we'll ever get that Transformers G.I. Joe movie that they teased at the end?
I mean, they kind of like led right up to it, but
I know.
Who knows? Seth, what all do you know about the Lord of the Rings movie? Because I haven't seen a single thing about the War of Rohirrim.
Literally not much at all. I know it's a rough adaptation. I know that I only know that the guy obviously directing it is the guy who was in charge of Ghost in the Shell, who wrote the majority of the show. I know there's a few people involved in it. Wait,
is it a remake?
No, it's not to do with that. It's not it's not like a direct Fellowship story or anything like that. It's literally based on the War of Rohirrim, which is common the exact timeline. Because it is weird how, even though it's obviously not a direct Hollywood film, or I don't know, it might be actually, but like it is weird how it's kind of gone under the wraps a little bit, just in terms of the marketing, because it's still a Lord of the Rings project. And we haven't had a Lord of the Rings or a Middle Earth film since
Battle of Five
Armies. Yeah. So it is kind of weird how it's kind of, not really been talked about that much. But I mean, just because it's related to Lord of the Rings, I'm definitely excited for it in that regard. I just don't know exactly what's going to come of it as of yet. But I know apparently the animation style of the studio, studio's name is usually really, really efficient, really good. And I also like how they've got some of the previous actors doing some of the voice acting as well. I think that's a really, really cool idea. But yeah, not much. Also this year, the thing is coming out. What was it called? I fucking lost it now. It was a sequel. Someone tell me what a sequel's coming out.
I have a list of like 30 others.
Yeah, I don't know. I should look at
No, there was a big one. Shit.
Another Ghostbusters movie.
Furiosa.
Gladiator 2. The Strangers Chapter 1, which shout out me.
Prequel then?
Yeah. That's coming out.
The second one. I haven't seen the second one yet.
Weirdly, it's nothing. It's directed by the same guy who directed Die Hard 2. That's so random. That's Rennie Harlin. And he also directed Nightmare on Elm Street 4, which George rated a 1.5, and so did Owen, so I'm imagining not great from that one. But that's interesting. I'm excited for that because I like those films. Well, I mean, the first one was like, nah, but I think I like the second one.
We're getting the reboot of the Twisters movie.
Pretty
fun cast of young people. Let me see. Pull it up. I'm pretty sure they just cast like a bunch of good-looking people in it.
That's
Lee Isaac Chung.
Oh yeah, Lee Isaac Chung.
Do you guys like The Crow, the original Crow, the comic book movie?
You
don't see The Crow?
I mean, I've seen it, but probably not in a very, very long time.
I don't know if it's a remake or a reimagining, whatever. That's coming out this year with Bill Skarsgård as the guy, which could be interesting because I like Bill Skarsgård a lot, and I think that could be quite cool.
Katie O'Brien's in Twisters also, so it might be the year of Katie O'Brien in 2024. But Glenn Powell, Daisy Edgar Jones, Anthony Ramos, David Cornsweet, Maura Tierney.
Interesting.
Pretty solid cast.
When does the Amy Winehouse thing come out?
Yeah, that's
That's gonna be shit.
That's gonna be.
I haven't seen anything on, so it might be 2025. I don't know.
That's
I
gonna
think
be
they're just
shit.
starting
No,
to
it's
push
just
that.
2024 on here actually.
Oh, it is really wow.
Yeah.
A low-rated
gonna be
movie
shit.
from a lot of people.
Oh,
But
it's
during-
directed by fucking Aaron Taylor Johnson's wife.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember seeing that. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Well,
I
has she
didn't-
done anything
directed-
else of note? I'd never heard her of
She
her.
directed
until
50
this.
Shades of Grey.
Oh,
which
this all
I've
makes
not
so much
seen.
sense now. This is just all adding up so much.
Oh, yeah, actually is. That's
Oh,
crazy.
speaking of original films, we didn't talk about that new Adam Sandler movie, Spaceman.
Oh yeah. Because
Yeah.
they
It's funny
promoted
because
it,
you
he's
hear
doing
Adam
this
Sandler,
directing,
my mind immediately went to like, oh, let's make fun of it, and I was like, oh yeah, no, it's like another serious one. He's like, trying to
Yeah,
do.
no, I'll watch this.
Paul Dano and Carrie Mulligan.
Mhm.
There's a Miller's Girl coming out with
Oh yeah, like in a month.
although
Jenna
Martin
Ortega
Freeman.
and Martin Freeman.
Martin Freeman is,
Borderlands is coming to the big screen. We'll see how that translates.
Oh man, I used to love the Borderlands games. I used to play them all the
I
time.
wonder, like, I don't know. Are they doing it like live action and then like adding in that like cartoon effect over people?
I
Because,
would
the cast
assume
is
so.
mostly silly people like Kevin Hart and Jack Black, but like Kate
Cate
Blanchett's
Blanchett's
the
in-
lead, so like it could go either way for Borderlands if it's going to be good. or
Yeah,
not.
Borderlands is another one which could go with you. I used to love the games actually, so I'm very.
They're
It's right
so
about
visually
Eli. It's right about
pleasing.
Eli Roth. What the
I
fuck?
know
Like,
that's wild.
Eli Roth's on a kick now though, because Thanksgiving was fun as fuck. So maybe.
Mhm.
I mean, Eli Roth currently is like running 1 out of like 9 for me. So his batting record isn't great, but like he might be on the turnaround.
It's
Since
funny because
Thanksgiving.
Borderlands, the video game, is such like cartoonish violence, but then Eli Roth could just come in there and just make it like gruesome, bloody,
I
like
think he will.
horrific,
I
and
think he
people would be like,
will.
"What the hell is this?"
Despicable Me
Maxine.
4.
We didn't mention Maxine.
Oh, that's
Oh,
the one
yeah,
I
okay.
mentioned because Mia
Yeah.
Goth. Well,
Yeah, just kicked someone in the face.
that's,
Something,
well,
apparently.
she's being sued by. If anyone hasn't heard, she's being
an
sued by an
extra, yeah.
extra because
Yeah.
apparently she kicked him in the head with a boot on, and then after went up to him and like mimicked him and said, "What are you going to do about it?" Yada yada yada, and antagonized him, which is very
Not great.
horrible, really weird. To be honest, I don't hold out big hope for Maxine anyway, personally. Just because I don't like the fact of it being like a slasher mystery, but you never know. It could be good. I'm trying to think if there's anything else really. Paddington 3.
Mhm.
I still haven't seen the first 2 Paddingtons, so I
Yeah,
need
you
to
got to
get
get on that. I think you'll love those.
You definitely got to get on
probably
that.
We're getting Wicked
Um,
Part 1. Sorry, Ariana Grande. I don't know how that's going to be, but people are excited for that.
Terrifier 3 will be interesting because I do like how they've gone like the Christmas route. It's not really for me, but I think a lot of people get enjoyment. Sonic 3, I haven't seen the other Sonic films, so I have no idea.
They're like slightly, to me, the Sonic movies are just like a slight step below like the Mario movie, where like I watched them and I like didn't hate them, but I was like, it's whatever. It's like it's a
Yeah,
Sonic adaptation,
I
whatever.
very much dislike those movies.
Yeah, Jordan.
Oh, Rebel Moon is coming out. Oh yeah, Rebel Moon Part 2.
Dude,
Nice.
did you? We're not getting the director's cut of part 1 till like June.
Yeah, I know it's gonna be a while because when isn't the Part 2 coming out in like April or some shit?
Yeah,
Too.
that's
So-
ridiculous.
They're
so weird.
the way they're handling that is so weird. I would have never thought I'd be excited for Saw 11, but after Saw 10, I'm very excited to see where they're going.
When does
now.
Saw 11 come out?
In like October, I think.
I still
Oh.
need to see Saw 10.
We should have mentioned the Garfield movie, which
Garfield, yeah.
will be shit.
Chris Pratt gonna make another bag from voice acting.
From talking, just
Yeah,
his
from
normal
talking.
voice.
Let's see.
Oh,
we
there
got
was
like go ahead.
that horror Imaginary was
Hmm.
the one with like the teddy bear or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I
Doesn't
know
look-
oh my god, that guy's previous directing films. Let's just not talk about that. That's
Oh
terrible.
God. Smile 2. You guys excited for that?
No, yeah, well,
Yes.
George is because I fucking
I
hate. We had this is like one of the OG.
Dude, I'm still so
discussions.
stunned that you do not like that movie.
Maybe I should rewatch it.
It's good
hated it.
original horror.
Hated it. I'll watch the second one though.
When you
Is
have
it the
like just
same?
like silly, stupid movies like that, they need to like lean into it more. Like, why is the sequel not like Frown or Scowl? Like, come on. Like, let's be, like, if we're gonna be ridiculous, let's be ridiculous.
And then they just frown. That'd be
Yeah.
so-
It's just all Florence Pugh's doing a little frown face.
Leonardo DiCaprio and Florence Pugh.
Yeah.
Hilarious, bro.
Uh,
Was Abigail Melissa Barrera?
Dude.
Yeah.
Catherine. I like Angus Cloud was in that. That's
Did you
Yeah.
see the trailer reaction I did to that movie Long Legs?
Mm-mm.
No.
Can we
horror,
are
I
we-
imagine.
Can we watch a trailer right now?
Okay.
Like all together? Is that a thing? Or will we get like copyrighted?
You can't, I don't think can you get
I
copyright?
mean, well, we did for like our ReelTok Awards show, but I knew that was gonna happen anyway. So like, we just won't get monetized for like the episode if we show a
All
trailer.
right, then forget it. When we're done with this episode, watch that trailer.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a horror. I imagine it's a horror based on the name.
Yeah, big time.
Okay.
Oh, M. Night Shyamalan's daughter's coming out with the film this year. That's her directorial debut comes out this year apparently, which is called The Watchers. It's got like a couple of people in it you might know, like Dakota Fanning, namely, and then also Georgina Campbell, who was obviously the main woman in Barbarian. Set as like I think it's like a thriller, horror, fancy, whatever. So that could be interesting. You know, you never know.
George's new Shyamalan hater angle should be like being the biggest fan ever of that movie and just saying like how like Shyamalan's daughter in one film
It's better than
bodied M. Night Shyamalan's entire career.
I mean, he's producing this. Obviously, his company's producing it, but that could be interesting. That's meant to come out this year, so that could be cool. Another sequel is Bad Boys 4. Won't watch it. Couldn't give it less of a kid. I didn't even. I actually, unironically, really like the first two Bad Boys movies. I grew up with them too.
Is the second one Bad Boys for Life?
That's the third one.
No,
I haven't watched that one.
Bad Boys for Life came out like 2-3 years ago, right?
Yeah, that was the new. I didn't watch that one, but I like the first two. I think they're good action comedy fun. I think because they're Michael Bay, aren't they?
I think the first one definitely.
I'm sure they're both.
They really shot themselves in the foot by naming the third film Bad Boys for Life, huh?
No, they're both Michael Bay. Yeah, I really like them both, and they're really fun. But yeah, I just couldn't even bother watching the film because you know what it's going to be. It's the same with a new Beverly Hills Cop film is coming out this year with Eddie Murphy, the fourth one.
Mm-hmm.
Who cares? You know, at this point,
Eddie Murphy lost his juice a long time ago.
90s Eddie Murphy was factually funny. Like now, I just
hilarious.
Yeah,
but like Coming to America.
That I hated. That
I didn't watch that.
Oh, terrible.
I didn't watch that. I
like
like
Ghostbusters 4.
I don't care about Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I don't know.
There are so many sequels. It's actually absurd.
This year is not actually looking that good. I'll be honest. Like,
no, because when I was preparing for the box office draft we're gonna do later, like I was looking, like every time I Google 2024 in box office, all the articles are about how like we're expecting like 2024 the box office to be like a couple billion less than like last year. Like it's gonna be a really big down year for the movie industry.
I can see this being like a very top heavy movie, like a really solid top heavy year. Like our top fives are going to be heavy hitters, and then after that,
they should drop down. Yeah, like I'd compare it to like for me, it was like was it maybe like 2020 for me?
Yeah,
where
like
it was
the COVID year or something.
There was like 4 or like maybe 2021. I can't remember. Maybe like 2021 actually, like 4 like bangers, and then it really like had a huge drop off after that, and then like just a bunch of like solid films and just a bunch of nonsense after it. But like there isn't that much I'm excited about. Like when we did the draft, I was looking for it and I was like, after the first like 6 picks, I was like, I mean, I might pick that.
We're gonna have 3.5 out of 5s in our top 10.
In our top, yeah, that's the year. The First Omen, obviously we went over that on a previous episode. That's coming out this year as well. I mean, who cares? It's a horror film, so it'll probably be shit. That's kind of. Have you seen this Roadhouse poster, by the way, on Letterboxd?
Yeah, that's the one I was.
That looks like a Steven Seagal action movie poster. That is going to be.
Dude, it looks like a poster like a shitty documentary.
Although it's directed by Doug Liman, who directed Edge of Tomorrow, and like a few other good action films. But so you never know. That could actually
Conor McGregor, bro. No.
Yeah, when I saw he was in it, I knew that it'd be shit.
I do not believe it's going to be a good movie.
I'm pretty sure when the news first came out, though, like I remember seeing a lot of people say, like, well, based on like the way the first Roadhouse went, like only expect Conor McGregor to be in for like the first 5 minutes, and then it'll like be just Jake Gyllenhaal training.
It probably will be.
Conor McGregor probably just be like his first. It might just be like his first fight, and then that's what like he loses and gets down in the dumps, and you never see McGregor.
They're gonna market him like, even if he has 5 minutes in the movie, they're gonna market him like the main character.
Yeah, this is the thing. Like that's why they did the UFC thing, because Conor McGregor is the biggest name in combat sports. So it's a case of if you're doing a film directed, surrounding MMA. If you can just get the main guy in, probably pay him like 20, 30 million, honestly, to be in like 5 minutes of film, that's going to generate the audience from an MMA point of view. And that's what they want to really drive into that fan base, because that's what the film's about. And that's why they did the whole, film to the UFC kind of thing. But I think it'd be like, well, Tyler said, I think you'll be in it for 5 minutes. Realistically, I don't think it'd be.
Especially because it's a Prime Video release. So I don't even know if it's getting a theatrical run.
Oh, it's going to be shit. Yeah. That is fuck. The Prime release.
I mean, I think Sound of Metal was a Prime release too and didn't get a theatrical run. So, there's chance.
Yeah, pick it at straws. Look how many bad Prime videos like movies.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I guess we can move on to comic book movies because it's one of the quietest year we've had in forever. Oh,
I do want to mention this quickly. There's a film coming out. Actually, this is a good one. A Norwegian film coming out called Handling the Undead, with
a lot of horror coming out
with Renat Rinsby, who was obviously the main girl in Worst Person in the World, Oslo August 31st. And it's also got Anders Danielsen Live, who's one of my favorite actors working today, who was in that trilogy. He's one of the main guys in Worst Person in the World.
I love that movie.
And I believe it's like a mystery horror. So that could be really good. I don't know anything about it other than that, but I love those two main actors. So I think that could be really, really interesting. I think that's one that I've not actually, I didn't even know that was coming out. I've just seen it on Letterboxd now. It's quite a cool one. But yeah, carry on, Tom.
So one of the quietest years we've had for comic book movies in maybe 15 years. I don't even know. But in chronological order, we'll go through them. There's 5 that are coming out. So we have Madam Web on February 14th, which
just
Dakota Johnson's brainwashed us all in to go see now. Because
I wish Sydney Sweeney did that. That'd be kind of crazy.
Yeah.
It looks like a fan-made film.
It looks like that Spider-Man film.
It does not look great, but I mean, they're marketing it correctly, so they're doing well.
Yeah, I guess.
Because it's that video was just hilarious. Like, what country was that for? Because like there's subtitles of some like I feel like it was like some Asian.
Did you guys see how the like suit was leaked on like a Japanese like?
Yeah, on like a Japanese like juice bottle or something. It's just
so weird.
Something's going on in Asia with Madam Web. So maybe it's gonna be like Aquaman type numbers where like it's not gonna do great in like America, and then we're just gonna look at like the Asian box office, and it's like burn up the box office. But then after that we have Kraven the Hunter, so another Sonyverse movie. We have 3 Sony, so there's only 5 comic book movies this year, and 3 of them are Sony. So Sony's kind of running the show this year. Not going to be great. Maybe it's the year of Levinson Johnson, or no, Taylor Johnson, because he's got a movie coming out. His wife's got a movie coming out. But Kraven the Hunter, honestly, I think might be the worst of the 3. Like, I just have no faith in that movie. I think and El Muerto was supposed to come out this year too. So Sony was about to have 4 out of 6 of the
which is that? Is that like a Spider-Man film?
Yeah, it's the guy at the beginning of Spider-Man 1 that he fights in the ring.
Oh yeah, sure, of course. Okay.
Yeah, this is gonna be that dude. But yeah, the 2 Sonyverse films to start the year I think are gonna be shit. What's your guys' prediction? Call it right now. Which one do you think you would like more?
Probably Kraven, because Aaron Taylor Johnson's kind of
I wanted to say Madam Web, but I don't think I can, honestly.
No,
I don't think between the 3 of us either of those movies get above a 2-star.
Yeah,
between us,
between the 3 of us,
the 3 of us. None of us will rate either of those.
Oh, I thought you meant like add it up. I was like, okay, that's
no. Just none of us.
I'd take the over on
that.
Yeah.
I mean, since playing Spider-Man 2, I've got a newfound love for Kraven as a character.
Okay, yeah.
But I mean, I don't know if that'll translate.
Was Madam Web in any of the Spider-Man movies or games?
No. I don't know if that'll. Wait, no, yeah, no. I can't remember now, but I don't know if Kraven will translate.
You got to download the Searching for Spiders in the Amazon DLC for Spider-Man 2.
Who's directing it? The Kraven one? Anyone like notable? Maybe.
No. JC Chandor. He did the Triple Frontier movie with Ben Affleck.
Oh, interesting.
I actually kind of like that movie. Like, it's fine.
Yeah, and Margin Call with Kevin Spacey.
That's not. I
haven't seen the Triple Frontier. That's the one with like the really good cast, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot.
Both not bad movies.
Mm-hmm. So there's hope. There's hope. But after the 2 Sonyverse movies, then we get Deadpool 3, which I think. I'm
so nervous.
What we were talking about for last, on our award show, we were just saying like how it was a 3-man race for best comic book movie of the year. How it was like The Killer, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Spider-Man were like 3 clear top ones. I think next year's like Deadpool 3 and Joker 2 are probably the only 2 that have a shot at being like the best of the year out of these 5, because the other 3 Sonyverse ones, I mean, you're not really expecting them to be better. But Deadpool 3,
when does Deadpool come out?
That's the summer, so I can't.
I've got a while to watch that.
But this one, so I didn't realize this until like yesterday. They all 3 had different directors, but this one's Sean Levy, who directed Free Guy, but also directed like Real Steel, Night at the Museum, The Adam Project. Night at the Museum, honestly, was like one of my favorite movies as a kid. Yeah, he directed Big Fat Liar. Never mind, I'm back in. Big Fat Liar bangs. Wait, maybe he was just like a producer on that, because like looking at it, because like Arrival is showing up on his IMDb, so maybe he was like a producer.
No, he produced Arrival. Arrival.
The midful.
So he has some hits, he has some misses, but yeah, it's the third different director for the Deadpool series. Getting Wolverine back. We were getting a ton of leaks about this movie, and then they kind of stopped after like Ryan Reynolds like stopped fucking coming to our sets. But yeah, I don't know. I really like I'm one of the rare people who like Deadpool 2 more than Deadpool 1, but it's like barely. They're basically tied for me. But I love Deadpool 2. I saw it in theaters when I lived in Boston, and I was just laughing my ass off during that movie. But I'm excited for it. I don't think it's going to be anything crazy, but you know, we'll see how it goes. I think a lot of people are just kind of tired of Ryan Reynolds' shtick at this point. But then we get Joker, which I think Joker is going to be like the opposite of Joker 1 in terms of I think critics are going to love this one, and I think fans are going to hate this one because it's a musical. It's going to be a lot different. I think this will not be a fan favorite.
Nervous.
Hot take. I actually think it might be better.
That's not. I think a lot of people will think it's better. That's why I think it'll be.
I'm excited to see Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn. I will say that.
Yeah,
I don't think I've seen Lady Gaga on anything before because I didn't watch House of Gucci. I haven't watched
The Stars Born.
Wow, you haven't seen Stars Born?
No, I haven't seen that. I need to watch it.
Yeah, she's great in The Stars Born. Really great.
Interesting.
But I think it's clear between Joker, Folly Do, and Deadpool 3 that one of those will be at the end of the year, you know, crowned the best comic book movie of the year. Because other than that, we got then Venom 3, which I loved Venom 1 a lot. Venom 2 sucks.
I haven't seen
Venom 3. I don't really have high hopes for, but you know,
jeez, it really is light this year. That's crazy.
It's super light. I think there might be some like animated ones. Maybe I'm missing. Like obviously, there's gonna be DCAU stuff.
Isn't Transformers like count? I guess isn't Transformers?
Yeah, I guess Transformers counts, and then, but yeah, like
we already got Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 1.
Yeah,
which obviously not as well marketed as any of the comic book movies we've mentioned, but also just not as people don't follow the DCAU the way they follow even like the fucking Venom trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
I think this kind of moves us nicely into our next draft because on the topic of the lack of comic book movies, obviously in the past few years we've seen that a lot of them make a lot of money. Well, actually, last year not really so much, but our draft is going to be a box office fantasy draft for 2024. So drafting movies we think will overperform at the box office in comparison to their budget. The movie will be weighted based on the budget by dividing the global box office divided by the listed production budget. So obviously, pretty simple. For example, a movie that makes $1 billion at the global box office off a $200 million budget will be 5 points, and conversely, with a $1 million budget and that makes $50 million will be 50 points. Pretty simple.
And also one thing I didn't write down there. So exactly like I wrote it down, you can see on screen the way you explained it. But also if it's a $200 million budget and it makes $100 million, you're getting -2 points because you're losing. It goes the same way. If it loses money, you're going to be subtracted overall points too. But yeah, so there's a lot of ways we could go here in terms of how you draft these. But basically, just a fantasy box office draft that's weighted based on what the budget is, and we're just going to go off what the listed budget is because I know you can factor marketing budget and all that stuff, but the only thing you ever get like concrete evidence of is what the production budget is listed as, and usually if it's the marketing budget usually scales linearly with the production budget. So we're just going to divide the overall box office by production budget. If it flops, you get negative points. If it's a huge hit, you're getting positive points. You'll just get a normal 1 point if it just matches the budget. But yeah, pretty self-explanatory. So now we gotta look for movies we think are going to do well at the box office. Are you going to go for the heavy hitters? Are you going to go for some sleepers? Where are we going to go here? Seth, you the first pick.
It's really tough because there's a few films that guarantee to make money. I could say like a Deadpool, like a Doom, whatever. But I think at the same time, these films have crazy budgets, so you're not really going to be getting the big points out of them. Maybe 5-10 points at most, realistically. Mm-hmm. So I think kind of the goal is probably to look a little bit differently.
Yeah, because that's what's tough though. You want to go for maybe the more sleeper picks, but then you could get the one that has a $20 million budget, but then only makes $8 million at the box office, and you're like, well, fuck.
Yeah, this is really tough. It's
hard. I don't know where I'm going here.
Just gonna double check this one, but this is really tough.
This was actually suggested to us to do by a patron a couple weeks back. He messaged me on Discord. So while you guys look for your movies, I'm gonna look up who that was because I want to shout him out for giving me this idea.
Does anyone know that? I can't even see the budget for this film. Does anyone know where I can find the budget for a particular film?
I just Google the film name and then budget, and then that's usually how I
Okay,
get
well,
to it.
I'm not getting anything for that. That's fine. I'll change it. Oh, this is fucking tough. Oh, do you know what? I'm just gonna go for a big hitter because I need some time to research because I'm finding it really hard. I think that I'm stuck between two. I'm just gonna double check what this made. Okay, I'm gonna go for one that I think is guaranteed to make points. So with this being one of the biggest comic book movies of the year, and with it being so successful previously, now the budget is 240 million, I believe, according to Google. So that is a lot. But I think I'm guaranteed like 3 or 4 points of this one because I think with it being one of the only good ones of the year, and that is Deadpool 2. The last one grossed 785 million. I think this is one that people are holding out to be the saving grace of comic movies 2024. So I'm gonna go with that. I think it will make a good amount. I think it could, if maybe not a billion, but I think this could hit like the 800, 900 million.
I think it could hit a billion simply because like it's gonna be down year for comic book movies. But we just went through the only 5 coming out, but only one of those is MCU. This is the only MCU movie this year. So like they're gonna put everything behind this.
And the return of Hugh Jackman's gonna push a lot of people.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. So
yeah, when it gets closer to the release date, they're gonna start doing their buddy marketing. Little
good pick for me.
Big time.
Deadpool 3. Yeah, this is going to be a rundown that I got to make sure not to delete. We got to put this thing in the vault. But I guess, I shared this on screen, so I can always just go back to this episode.
Screenshot, yeah.
All right, my first pick. I'm going to go the safe route here. I'm just going to take Dune 2. I think that's going to do on a $120 million budget. I think that's going to do numbers.
Because I think the last one did like 400, but I think after seeing
not during the pandemic, and it was released the same day on HBO Max. So yeah, I think
I have to see the thing of the first. I think this could be stretching like a 800 to maybe even a bill, probably like an 800 million. Push, probably. So yeah.
And let's see, it comes out. I can't remember what else is all coming out in March, but I think it should be like similar to Oppenheimer in terms of it'll hold IMAX screens for quite a while. Like I don't think they're gonna let it go for probably till Furiosa comes out. Honestly, like a month or two later. My first pick is gonna be I gotta delete the ones that I were already picked. So Deadpool 3 is definitely on my list. Dune Part 2 is on my list. I'm gonna go for let me pull up the budget. Just because I think I want to get the highest grossing movie on my list. I think Despicable Me 4 will be the highest grossing.
Yeah, I was going to mention
of the year.
That was God.
They make fucking money. It's crazy.
They'll make $1 billion. Like the last, I'm pretty sure every single movie has made $1 billion.
How? I don't get it. It's mental.
They make so much money. It's absurd.
I can't find what the budget is, but I'm guessing it's probably like 100 to 200 million, somewhere around there. So I'll find that. But I'll find it eventually. So then for my next pick, we'll go a little bit different route here, just trying to see if we can get, a big point hitter. But I'm going to go Smile 2.
That's a really good pick. I don't know what the budget is for that, but
I'm a little worried now that after I picked that they might have since the first one did so well, they upped the budget a ton.
Have you checked?
The first one was only 17 million budget.
I don't think it will be much more. I think it'd be like 50 maybe. I'm gonna check.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything on there, but again, once he's actually released, the budgets become more well known. So by the time we compare this at the end of the year, we'll have all the correct information for budgets. But
I'd guess it'd be like 50. I don't think they'd have gone too.
Yeah, because the first one was 17, 50 probably sounds right for what the first one is, and the first one made 217. So maybe it could be a downgrade from the first and doesn't get as much. So we'll see. It could be a big player, it could end up just being a 2-pointer.
Yeah, I agree.
We'll see. Back to George.
Tough.
Yeah, I'm kind of between a couple of films right now. I really don't know, man. This is tough. I'm gonna stick to the. Oh fuck! I actually don't know. All right, you know what? I'm gonna go with Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
Good pick. I was gonna pick that.
I don't know what the budget is. I can't find it.
I think that's similar to Dune, where the last one came out during the pandemic, so we don't really know what how much it can really make at the box office, because you expect it should be able to make a lot more. Honestly, I hate this. I don't love the Sonic movies, but the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 post-credit scene kind of banged.
That's
Like
the one with
it-
Knuckles or something.
Yeah, freaking Unreal intro. And I'm like, I wasn't even a big Sonic player as a kid, but even me, I was like, okay, let's see Knuckles. I'm excited for this. All right, Seth's got back to back here.
Okay. I'm going to go for Mufasa. I don't know what the budget is. I can only imagine it's probably
Mm-hmm.
250, 300 million. But I
Yeah.
think this is one of the safest bets to make $1 billion this year, just because it's a Disney live action. Like it's
the first one made like close to 2 billion. It's like
1.5
1.
billion, 1.6
yeah.
billion, something like that.
I think that's the only contender with Despicable Me 4 for being the highest grossing of the year. So
Yeah.
great
So I mean,
time.
even if it's like a 250, I think I'm probably still gonna maybe like get 5 points from it.
Yeah,
really.
exactly. Yeah.
Now
back to you again.
the second pick. Tricky. This is tricky.
And Mufasa then comes out December 25th. So we'll have to do our analysis of how we did our overall scores like in like February of 2025, because that'll probably be, in theaters for a whole month or so.
Oh, man.
We need a James Cameron movie to just blow the socks off this place.
See,
to be fair, his budget's like 300 million though. So, but I mean, still, it's like 2
yeah, it doesn't matter.
guaranteed.
His budget could be 500 million. You get 4 points from it anyway. Finding this really, really tricky. There's a few ways.
There are too many options.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's any like standouts when it comes to like smaller ones, like really low budgets, because like not that many films have that low budgets anymore, realistically.
Right. If it has a super low budget, it's probably like we're not going to really know much about it because
that's the
don't
thing.
really have the budget to make us know about it.
Ooh, okay. Okay, I think this is actually a good bet. I'm gonna say The Strangers 3 because
well, isn't it The Strangers Chapter 1? Is that the full title?
You can't even remember what it's called. It's a horror,
Mm-hmm.
B, it's a franchise horror. So see so the first one was a 9 million budget and it made 53 million. The second one didn't do as well. It made 25 million, but off a 5 million budget. I imagine this one won't be much more than
probably 10 million is the max.
10
budget.
million, yeah. And I think this will make in the region of 30 to 50 million. So I'm going to say that because I think I'll get some good points from it.
Mm-hmm.
Good pick. I feel like you cannot go wrong with any horror movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Well, yeah.
Except like, well, I won't say it in case someone else wants to take it, but horror movies all do so well, but nowadays they're also getting huge budgets too because people are starting to realize they're doing well.
Yeah.
Like one specific movie we talked about earlier that has a crazy budget now.
Yeah. I was going to pick that. I know what you're talking about. I was actually going to pick that, and then I realized no, we just spoke about it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, my pick. See, now I'm caught. I feel like we took all of like the potentially heavy hitters, unless I'm like missing a just blatantly obvious movie. Fuck. All right. I mean, I'm not confident in this pick, but the first movie did make over $1 billion. It was the highest grossing R-rated film of all time. So I'd imagine the sequel is going to do maybe, hopefully, just as well. I'm going to take Joker 2, Fully Ado.
So the issue with that, I was going to pick that, but then I thought people know it's a musical. I don't know if
I know. That's why I'm picking that strictly because of the success of the first movie.
I think the budget, I actually did just check. I think it said it's double the first, so around 150.
Yeah, we'll see.
I think it's so crazy that there's literally like TikTok reactions of people watching the Mean Girls movie and being shocked it's a musical. Because like I tweeted, I was like, "Isn't it Mandela effect?" Because I swear all of last year when they're marketing it was called Mean Girls the musical.
It was.
Like,
it definitely was.
Yeah, we need more surprise musicals. Like I want to show up to like Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes and Caesar's great grandson to start singing.
What was that ad like years ago that went viral? Oh no, sorry, it was a music video where it was like the apes dancing. Does anyone know what I'm talking about here?
I do not, but I'm sure someone
was it Coldplay, George?
The apes dancing?
All right, just carry on and I'll find it.
I have no idea.
All right, I'm happy this got back to me. I'm gonna go Terrifier 3.
You fucking
wow!
My next pick. You fuck. When you said Tyler, you were like horror's always a good pick. I was like, oh shit, Terrifier 3, I'll get that next. You bastard. It was Coldplay, Adventure of a Lifetime. The video is like apes dancing.
Yeah.
It had like billions of views. It'd be like, imagine like King Planet of the Apes like that. That'd be fucking sick. I'd love that shit. So fun.
Yeah, horror is always a good pick, but the only other horrors really on my list are kind of like the budgets
That's
are so
great.
high. I don't really know how.
Terrified
how
3,
they
Tyler, is like
do.
$2 million, I think.
Yeah,
So that
should be good.
it'll make 20 guaranteed, 100%.
So I kind of got my two like hopefully big hitters, just Smile 2 and Terrifier 3. I don't have a ton of other like sneakers like that, so I'm gonna just go Kung Fu Panda 4. That should make like
Yeah.
2 or 3
bet.
points.
Yeah.
Probably like 200 million-ish budget. Probably will make like all three of them have made like 800 million, so it'll be a couple points.
That's a good pick.
Safe bet. Safe bet.
All right, I feel like I need to play it safe here and go and get me a horror movie. I just don't know what I'm gonna get me. You know what? Let me get Maxine.
Oh, that's a good pick. I don't think that. Well, I think
That's a
the budget's
really
gonna be
good
the
pick.
highest of the
I think
of the trilogy, but I think those made money the first couple.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
also Seth. The movie with Hunter Schafer is called Cuckoo.
Yeah, cool. I looked at it actually. I'm gonna go with just because this has been getting like crazy views and numbers online. I don't know what the budget is. I imagine the budget is honestly quite high, but I'm still gonna go with Garfield. I feel like Garfield is like
I
it's a
think it's a safe
comeback.
play.
People love
That's a good
Garfield.
pick.
Now this is the issue: is where do I go from here? Let me just double check this shit. Oh wow, I was actually originally going to pick challenges, then I've just realized that would be the worst pick possible. So I thought,
That'd be a terrible pick.
yeah, that'd be a terrible pick. But Bones it all really did quite badly, didn't it? Crazy. Okay. So this is gonna be, oh fuck that.
High budget.
No way am I picking that shit. What the fuck? That's
Were you looking at Furiosa?
no. Try
'cause
again.
Isn't that budget like 250 or something?
Probably, yeah. I was looking at
Argyle.
yeah. Just 'cause Kingsman movies made money and it's
Mhm.
Matthew Vaughn. I was like, oh, that's cool. With 200 million budget. What the fuck?
It's
Picking that,
no,
that's crazy.
no,
The
no
Dua
need-
Lipa tax.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
need for that.
Shit. This is like okay, so I think this might be a safe pick, and that is Paddington 3.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I say that is the rumored budget is around 50 to 60 million.
And the
And
first two probably did pretty well.
and the Paddington 2 made like nearly 300. But Paddington 2 was so highly regarded, and it's been a few years.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like Paddington 3 and
yeah.
will make people want to come back. And it's got, Olivia Colman now. Was she in the other? I can't remember, but I don't even know.
Yeah,
But
I think Paddington 3 will have the same effect like Dune Part 2 will, where when it came out, like it did pretty well, but then like the years
the
in between,
reception
people
for the
just got
second one.
more and more excited.
I think I could be guaranteed. Say if it is 50 million, if the rumors are correct, what I read, I think I'd be guaranteed like a 300 million, so like a 6-pointer. You know what I mean? I feel like that's
Right.
a good shout.
Yep. George, your final pick.
Yeah. I want to pick one movie, but I really don't know the budget, and it makes me nervous. Fuck. Let me look at this draft board, see what I still got. This is tough, and I think I've already fucked myself on this draft with Sonic and Maxine, honestly.
What was Maxine's budget?
$5.
you say it? Yeah, true.
I don't know.
I actually want to know. I feel like let me see.
All right, I'm gonna maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna probably play this stupid, but I feel like this movie, I have a feeling, is gonna pull from several generations of movie watchers. So I feel like it could do well, and that's Gladiator 2.
Ooh.
Yeah, Gladiator 2 is an interesting one because I feel like
I don't know the budget, and I could see it being like too much.
I think it'll be a lot.
Yeah,
I think Gladiator 2
big
could
budget.
go one of two ways. It could be like a massive success or a massive.
I could
flop.
just see it pulling in like our parents' generation because they obviously all love Gladiator, and then our new generation who's just obsessed with Paul Mescal.
And Denzel's in it, isn't he, as well?
Yeah.
So the first Gladiator was 100 million, but I can't find the
I'd
Mhm.
imagine it's more.
I would guess it's probably about maybe 200 because it's a massive sequel, isn't it? I'd guess it's probably around that.
Yeah, we'll get all the official budgets when they officially come out. But I'll go Saw 11 for my final pick. It's not going to be that heavy of a hitter because, so the last one was like a 17 million budget. It made like 100 million. But I don't know. I think Saw 10 was a exception. I don't know. I guess Saw 11 wasn't announced until after Saw 10 did so well. So maybe they'll see that and be like, we'll recapture the magic of Saw 10. But personally, Saw has so many misses that I think Saw 10 is going to be an exception. I really love Saw 10. I don't know if Saw 11 will be the same, but I think for horror picks, all the other ones listed are going to be better than that in terms of overall points. But there's our picks. Again, we'll give Cam some picks. We'll give Cam.
Give him Argyle.
Yeah, he for sure has to get Argyle.
He has to get Craven the Hunter because that's going to be a banger. What's the worst pick he could possibly have?
Yeah. Give him Inside Out too. Give him something.
No, yeah, it'd be kind of funny if we like purpose try to rig his draft and then we come back at the end of the year and he just crushes us.
give him Rebel Moon Part 2. I don't know how that would make
well, that's not gonna have a theatrical release, so we're not gonna give him a non-box.
Go Godzilla versus Godzilla X Kong.
And then give him Bad Boys 4 to finish off.
That one, like low key, might.
No, because I know Bad Boys 4 will have the most obscene budget. Like it'll be like 300 million. Okay, it's 90. No, that's the last one actually. It'll be like 150 million.
Who are the main stars of that?
That is actually Will Smith and Martin Lloyd. That's actually not a bad pick, you know.
Mm-hmm. I think it could do really well, but I also think Bad Boys 4 might be one of those that's like just get the homies paid type of movie, like the Adam Sandler movies.
The last one made 425 off 90 million, which is actually a lot more than I thought it would make. So maybe this one could actually make.
I mean, Inside Out 2 is going to profit for sure.
Yeah.
Craven could be the one where screws him.
I think will fuck him big time.
I think Argyle will make money. The marketing's just been too much. It's going to make money. I don't know how much, but it'll make money.
I think Argyle.
I think Craven's the only like really bad pick here, but we'll see.
Yeah. I'd imagine Craven's got a high budget as well.
Mm-hmm. Shout out Josh H. He was the one who messaged me this on Patreon.
Shout out Josh.
The idea, great idea. That was really fun. We'll look back at this, like I said, probably like February of next year because some of these come out super late in 2024, and we'll give them the full box office run, benefit of the doubt. But yeah,
cool. Yeah, that was an interesting one. Pause, Tyler. Can't find the thing.
Well, that's like pretty much all that was on the rundown. But I do want to say next week, I think next week our plan is we're gonna unveil the new updated ReelTok collection because people have been asking about that a ton, and also we'll talk Oscar nominations and Razzie nominations because that comes out like right before we film our next episode. Those will come out, which is like hard right now talking about because that's still like a while away for us talking about it right now. But like episode wise, I think next episode we'll talk about those noms. So I think that'll be a pretty packed episode alone, just talking about Oscar and Razzie nominations, updated ReelTok collection. But yeah, should be fun because I know everyone's been asking us. Like we've had a lot, like I've rated Thief 5 stars. I changed No Country for Old Men to 5 stars. We've all shifted around our rankings. And we might do some other fun things to add stuff in the ReelTok collection to make it more robust. And we got to update that. It's been honestly probably over a year since we've touched it. So
there's a certain film beginning with O that I have a feeling could be in there ever so shortly. Any guesses?
Old Boy?
No, Oppenheimer.
No,
actually, has Cam got Oppenheimer? Oh no, maybe I don't think Cam actually has.
No, Cam doesn't. But yeah, I think after you've seen 70 mils, since you're already talking about it so much lately, it'll push over the edge. But yeah, I mentioned that too because I saw you tweeted something similar where I was like Oppenheimer, which honestly is like relatively rare for me with movies where I like think about it and I just like it more and more the more I think about it, even months after seeing it. But
just a couple scenes, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'll be excited to see your takeaway from seeing it in 70 mil.
Sorry. Taki, do me a favor and close out. I'm on 1%, so I need to get this off.
Yeah. I got to pull up the executive producers, but yeah, so our real quick draft on Thursday this week will be saddest movie character deaths of all time. So if you don't want your favorite character death spoiled, probably don't watch that one. I'm kidding. Go watch it for sure. And then this Friday will be our last public real quick review. It'll be Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. And then after this, it'll become 100% Patreon exclusive. So go check out our Patreon in the description down below because we will still be doing them every single week. Still doing, about a 30-minute episode reviewing movies based on Patreon recommendations. But it's going to be purely on Patreon. They'll be uploaded to Patreon. Then I might make a separate Spotify page as well that are just Patreon exclusives. So go check out the Patreon down below because this will be the last one this week. They'll be public. But executive producers, shout out to Adam Hudgens, Alexander Biscardi, Connor Connaughton, Dakota Buckner, Dean Cotamanidis, Dylan Chip, Evan O'Donnell, Ferdinando Four, James Magos, Jimmy O'Connor, Jordan Gagg, Josh Hines, Casper Lundberg, Mohammed Mohsen, Reese David, Rocco 1.0, Robert Leo Gislason, Sean Morales, Stefan Johnson, and Will Kim. And also next week for Patreon, our executive producer tier will be switching. And as a result of that, also the names will be read at the beginning and the end of every episode. So if you want to be an executive producer in the pod and help us out, definitely go check out the Patreon down below. But with that, that's Real Talk episode 71. We hope you enjoyed the awards last week. We hope you enjoyed this look ahead to 2024. Should still be a solid year for movies in 2024, even though box office projections are pretty low for this year. And definitely, I think last year was a little heavier hitting in terms of some of the top ones, like we mentioned on our ReelTok Awards, how 2023 had so many elite directors, and 2024 we're kind of missing that a little bit. But we get the return of Francis Ford Coppola, we're getting Denis Villeneuve, so we're still gonna have a lot of strong directors coming. So a lot of sequels and franchises. So if you're not a fan of those, you're gonna have to hold out for some of these originals, because it should be an interesting year at the box office. But that'll do it for Real Talk episode 71. We will see you on Thursday with our draft of the saddest movie character deaths of all time. Peace.